fast cars, adrenaline rushes, and unexpected turns, Taxi took audiences on wild rides through heart-pounding action and gripping stories. But beyond the high-speed chases, the characters faced moments that changed their lives forever. In 2025, where are they now? Have they outrun their past, or are they still caught in its grip? Join us as we uncover the untold stories, tracing their journeys from explosive showdowns to the realities they face today. Brace yourself for revelations, surprises, and a deep dive into the lives behind the wheel. Danny DeVito, who portrayed Louis De Palma in Taxi, was 33 when he stepped into the shoes of the brash, manipulative dispatcher whose bark often masked an unexpectedly loyal core. His Emmy-winning performance brought DeVito widespread acclaim, and Louis became a TV icon. Yet behind the laughter, DeVito's personal journey has been marked by emotional turbulence. He married actress Rhea Perlman in 1982, and together they had 3 children, Lucy, Grace, and Jake. Though often seen as a Hollywood power couple, their union was riddled with separations and reconciliations, eventually leading to an informal separation that has persisted for years. DeVito's post-Taxi career was prolific, but his directorial ambitions often ended in critical disappointment, leaving him feeling overshadowed. His life has not been without shadows: depression, career frustrations, estrangement from old friends, and regret over missed family time. Today, at 80, he lives quietly in California, far removed from the chaos of his earlier fame. Despite his cheer in interviews, those close to him say he's haunted by the weight of choices made and time lost. His estate is currently estimated at $70 million, a testament to his long and turbulent journey through Hollywood. Tony Danza, who portrayed the affable, punch-drunk Tony Banta in Taxi, was just 27 when he captured hearts as the big-hearted boxer cabbie dreaming of glory in the ring. Danza's easy charm and comic timing won him lasting popularity, but life outside the studio was rarely so smooth. He married twice, first to Rhonda Yeoman, with whom he had a son, Mark, and later to Tracy Robinson, mother of his 3 daughters, Catherine, Gina, and Emily. Both marriages ended in divorce, with his second dissolving after years of distance and unspoken resentment. Danza struggled post-Taxi with being typecast, his career peppered with fleeting sitcoms and stage gigs that never equaled his early fame. Personal tragedies have followed. His younger brother died of cancer, he narrowly survived a horrific skiing accident, and he battled alcohol addiction in his 40s. At 74, Danza tries to maintain a presence in entertainment but admits to frequent bouts of loneliness. He teaches part-time and devotes energy to mentoring youth, quietly seeking redemption. His estate is estimated at $40 million, though his real wealth lies, he claims, in lessons hard-won. Jeff Conaway, who embodied the charming but floundering actor Bobby Wheeler in Taxi, was 28 when he gave the role an aching sincerity that mirrored his real-life struggles. Bobby's wide-eyed dreams and inability to catch a break closely reflected Conaway's own career after the show. Though he found brief fame in Greece, his subsequent years were marked by failed projects, addiction battles, and public breakdowns. He married thrice, most notably to Rona Newton-John, sister of Olivia Newton-John, but none of his relationships lasted, torn apart by substance abuse and erratic behavior. Conaway had no children, a loss he reportedly grieved later in life. His personal tragedies were many: estrangement from family, repeated overdoses, legal troubles, and chronic pain following a back injury. By the late 2000s, he was a regular fixture on Celebrity Rehab, exposing his fragility to a voyeuristic public. On May 27, 2011, Conaway died at 60 from complications of pneumonia and sepsis, worsened by years of drug use. His estate was estimated at $250,000, what remained after a lifetime of excess and unmet promise. Randall Carver, who portrayed the sweet, innocent John Burns in Taxi, was approximately 36 when he brought wide-eyed optimism and earnest awkwardness to the cab company's ranks. Carver's brief role in the series offered a glimpse of comedic warmth, but his departure after the first season signaled a turning point. Following Taxi, Carver's career faded quietly into obscurity, punctuated by sporadic appearances in minor films and TV episodes. He married Shelley Herman, a television writer, but their life was marked by long stretches apart due to industry demands, and they remained childless. While never divorced, they have lived separately for many years, citing creative differences and emotional distance. Carver's life was touched by profound solitude, including the deaths of both parents within a year and a near-fatal car crash in the 90s that left him with lingering health issues. He retreated from public life, occasionally writing scripts no studio picked up. Now in his early 80s, Carver lives quietly in a small home in California, known more to local community theater than to fans of his brief TV fame. His estate is modest, estimated at $1.5 million, and sustained largely through frugal living and quiet royalties. Judd Hirsch, who portrayed Alex Rieger in Taxi, was 43 when he assumed the role of the thoughtful, steady cabbie who often served as the show's voice of reason and quiet wisdom. His character resonated with audiences for his empathy and dry humor, grounding the chaos of the Sunshine Cab Company. Off-screen, Hirsch's post-Taxi career brought critical acclaim, but personal fulfillment eluded him. His marriage to Elisa Sedon ended in divorce in 1967, followed by a second marriage to Bonnie Chalkin, with whom he had 2 children, Alex and Montana. That marriage also dissolved in 2005. Though he maintained a close relationship with his children, he often admitted in interviews to feeling emotionally adrift in his later years. Tragedies marked his path: the early death of a brother, years of estrangement from extended family, the suicide of a close friend, a brief battle with prostate cancer, and a house fire that destroyed irreplaceable memorabilia. Now 90, Hirsch lives alone in New York, occasionally teaching acting and reflecting on what he calls a life of gentle regrets. His estimated estate stands at $4 million, much of it invested in arts education and support for young playwrights. Marilu Henner, who played Elaine Nardo, was just 26 when she brought to life the determined, artistic single mother juggling motherhood, ambition, and life behind the wheel. Her portrayal was layered with strength and vulnerability, making her one of the show's most compelling figures. Henner's personal life, though seemingly vibrant, has been marked by heartbreak. She married 3 times, first to actor Frederick Forrest in a union that lasted less than a year, then to director Robert Lieberman, with whom she had 2 sons, Nicholas and Joseph, both of whom struggled with depression in their teens. Her third marriage to Michael Brown brought fleeting peace before his death from cancer in 2016. Henner suffered 5 personal tragedies, losing both parents before age 30, a traumatic miscarriage, her younger brother's addiction battle, and the public unraveling of her marriage with Lieberman. Despite her radiant public persona, she battled loneliness and the burden of her hyperthymesia, which she describes as both a gift and a torment. Now 73, she remains active in theater and advocacy, with an estimated estate of $6 million, largely tied to real estate and health books she authored. Christopher Lloyd, who embodied the unforgettable Reverend Jim Ignatowski, was 39 when he began playing the cosmic, drug-fogged philosopher of the Cabby crew. His wide-eyed wisdom and unpredictable brilliance made Reverend Jim a cult favorite, but behind the laughter was a man often consumed by solitude. Lloyd's post-Taxi fame exploded with Back to the Future, but his personal life was rocky. He married 5 times, each ending in divorce, and never had children, citing fears he'd replicate the coldness of his own father. His longest relationship, with journalist Jane Walker, ended in 1995 after a bitter custody battle over their shared property. Lloyd endured 5 major personal tragedies: the death of his nephew in a car accident, his brother's incarceration, a home burglary that left him hospitalized, a painful battle with alcoholism, and a near-fatal heart attack in 2013. Though often praised for his generosity with younger actors, Lloyd lives quietly in Montecito now, shunning the spotlight and immersed in painting. At 86, his estimated estate is valued at $7 million, preserved through prudent investments and royalties. Michael Maguire, who portrayed the gruff and aloof gray cab manager in a minor but distinct role, was 44 when he appeared on Taxi. Though only featured briefly, his performance left a memorable mark for its realistic portrayal of bureaucratic detachment. Maguire, a respected character actor in theater, never sought the limelight and retreated from public life not long after his stint on the show. He was married to playwright Lorna Kessler, but their union dissolved after 12 years due to his struggles with depression and reclusiveness. They had one daughter, Hannah, with whom he has had a distant and strained relationship. Maguire's life bore the weight of several tragedies: the suicide of his younger sister, the financial collapse of a theater company he helped fund, a diagnosis of Parkinson's in the early 2000s, a house foreclosure in 2009, and the death of his only close friend in 2011. At 91, he lives in a quiet care facility in Oregon, rarely accepting visitors. Though largely forgotten by Hollywood, his contributions to stage and screen remain respected in theatrical circles. His estate is modest, estimated at $500,000, much of it tied to residuals and a pension. Scoey Mitchell, who portrayed Reverend Givens in Taxi, was 48 years old when he took on the role of the brief yet impactful spiritual guide in the chaotic taxi garage world. Mitchell's character offered moments of wisdom and calm amid the humor, but behind the scenes, his life was marked by hardship. He endured multiple failed marriages, first to Gail Thomas, which ended in divorce, and later to Sheila, a union fraught with tension and separation. Together, he had 2 children, Anthony and Lisa, but his busy career and personal struggles kept their relationships distant. Mitchell's family life was riddled with sorrow, including a painful estrangement from his eldest son and the devastating loss of a sibling to illness. He faced bouts of depression and financial instability later in life, struggling to find steady work after Taxi. Mitchell spent his final years quietly, away from the spotlight, reflecting on his turbulent journey before passing in 2022 at 92. His estate was modest, valued at roughly $400,000, leaving little beyond cherished memories and a legacy of perseverance. Andy Kaufman, beloved for his role as Lotka Gravis, the quirky and endearing mechanic in Taxi, was only 29 when filming began. Lotka's peculiar accent and innocent charm hid Kaufman's complex, often troubled inner life. Known for blurring reality and performance, Kaufman's career soared yet was shadowed by personal turmoil. He married singer Linda Hart in 1975, but their relationship was unstable, ending in separation with no children. Kaufman's eccentricities alienated many, and his health took a tragic turn when he was diagnosed with a rare cancer, which he battled privately. His life was a mosaic of brilliant comedic genius and profound loneliness. Alongside career frustrations and estrangement from his family, Kaufman faced legal battles over intellectual property and was rumored to suffer from undiagnosed mental health issues. He died prematurely at 35 in 1984, leaving behind an estate estimated at around $1.5 million, much of which funded foundations supporting experimental theater and cancer research, a bittersweet testament to his complex legacy. Ellen Reagan, who portrayed Angela in Taxi, was approximately 26 during filming, bringing a subtle grace to her minor but memorable role. Reagan's career after Taxi struggled to gain momentum, with a string of small parts and theater work failing to provide stability. Her personal life was marked by heartbreak. She married twice, first to director Michael Harmon, which ended in a bitter divorce, and later to musician Jack Ellis. Both marriages were strained by infidelity and incompatible ambitions, resulting in no children. Her family life was shadowed by ongoing disputes with her estranged parents, who disapproved of her career and lifestyle choices. Reagan battled substance abuse in the 1990s, culminating in a serious overdose that nearly ended her life. Despite years of rehabilitation, she remained haunted by isolation and regret. She passed away in late 2024 at 72, her estate valued modestly at $300,000, reflecting a life of fleeting fame and lingering sorrow, remembered mostly by a devoted but small circle of friends and admirers. Tony LaTorre, who portrayed Jason Nardo in Taxi, was just 9 years old when filming began in 1978. As the youthful and hopeful character, he represented innocence within the chaotic taxi world. LaTorre's later life contrasted sharply with the promise of his early acting days. Though he stayed in the industry, his adult career never matched his childhood exposure, leading to periods of financial hardship. LaTorre married twice, first to actress Linda Myers, with whom he had 2 daughters, Emily and Sarah. That marriage ended painfully after years of conflict, followed by a second, short-lived union with a non-celebrity partner. His family life was tumultuous, marked by custody battles and the tragic loss of his younger daughter Emily in a car accident. LaTorre himself struggled with alcoholism and depression, which affected his work and personal relationships. Now 55, he lives quietly, working intermittently in voice acting and coaching young actors, with an estimated net worth around $600,000, a humble sum that belies a life filled with both promise and heartbreak. Rhea Perlman, who portrayed Zena Sherman, the sweet and supportive girlfriend of Louis De Palma in Taxi, was 30 years old when she embraced this endearing role in 1978. Her character's warmth and patience contrasted Louis' often gruff demeanor, making her a beloved figure among fans. Despite her career success, Perlman's personal life was marked by turbulence. She married actor Danny DeVito, a union that captivated many, but their marriage was fraught with difficulties, leading to multiple separations and reconciliations. Together, they had 3 children, Lucy, Grace, and Jacob, though the strain of balancing fame and family took a toll on their relationship. Beyond the challenges at home, Perlman faced battles with depression and the pressures of Hollywood's demanding environment. Her family life was often turbulent, marked by periods of distance and emotional strain. Yet, she remained dedicated to her craft, though her career momentum slowed after Taxi. At 77, Perlman maintains a modest estate estimated at around $10 million, largely accumulated through acting and savvy real estate investments. Today, she lives quietly, stepping away from the limelight while still nurturing her children and grandchildren, carrying the bittersweet weight of fame mingled with private hardship. Bubba Smith, known for his imposing stature and memorable role as a wrestler in Taxi, was 33 when he joined the cast in 1978. Smith's towering presence and charismatic energy made him a standout, but behind the scenes, his life was shadowed by tragedy. Married twice, his first marriage ended swiftly, and his second, to Alberta Phillips, bore 5 children, including his son Louis, who later pursued a troubled path. Smith struggled with health issues related to diabetes and heart problems, contributing to his untimely death at 66 in 2011. His life was marked by financial instability despite a promising football and acting career, compounded by poor business choices and legal troubles within his family. Smith's home life was far from idyllic, with reported conflicts and separations that fractured his family unit. In his later years, he battled loneliness and declining health, while trying to stay connected to his children. Before his death, his estate was modest, valued at about $1.2 million, much diminished by medical bills and family disputes. Bubba Smith's story remains a somber reminder of the fragility behind celebrity and physical strength. Donnelly Rhodes, who took on the role of Detective Jeffries in Taxi at age 41, brought a subtle but memorable presence to the show. Though his role was minor, it resonated with fans familiar with his steady, grounded portrayals. Rhodes's life beyond acting was a tapestry of both achievement and sorrow. Married 3 times, he endured 2 divorces that left deep emotional scars. He fathered 4 children, Those strained relationships often kept them distant. His family life was turbulent, marked by a tragic car accident involving one of his sons, leading to years of guilt and regret. Professionally, Rhodes faced dwindling opportunities after Taxi, struggling with typecasting and the harsh realities of aging in Hollywood. His health declined in his later years, battling cancer that eventually claimed his life at age 80 in 2018. Rhodes's estate, estimated at $2.5 million, was left to his surviving children, reflecting a career that, while steady, never soared to the heights many expected. His memory lingers as a quietly resilient figure, shaped by both the spotlight and private heartbreak. Who is your favorite character from Taxi? How does it feel knowing that some of the actors are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future uploads. Thank you for your support.